What's up guys, it's Noah here with the Digi Bros. And today we're going to be taking a look at what I think is going to be one of the better decks of this upcoming BT5 format. We're going to be taking a look at Rafflesimon Green. So starting off, I am playing 3 copies of Chaosmon Vaulter Arm. In my testing, Chaosmon Vaulter Arm has been better within this deck in comparison to the regular Chaosmon. Chaosmon is still really good, it's a really good card within the green OTK strategy, and there are still some elements of that within this current green Rafflesimon deck. With this being a more control-oriented deck, I think that Vaulter Arm is going to be better opposed to going for really big OTKs with Grand Kawagamon going straight into the Chaosmon. So speaking of Rafflesimon, we got 4 copies of her. Rafflesimon is a really strong green card. Rafflesimon has this effect where you can Digiburst 2 to give all your green Digimon plus 2k. That alone is really good. Be able to buffing her up to 13,000. It's going to live, most security checks unless you run into like a Chaosmon or a Omnimon security. But she has this other effect that's really powerful. It says, your turn, once per turn, whenever a green Digimon uses a Digiburst effect, one of your opponent's Digimon cannot attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. And that's the effect that makes Rafflesimon really powerful. So during this format, Lord Nightmon Yellow, which is going to be the best deck within the format, this doesn't completely shut the deck down, but Lord Nightmon, you need to be able to successfully attack to get the when attacking effect of the Lord Nightmon to play either a Knight or a level 3 yellow Digimon from your hand. And so Rafflesimon saying you can't attack is really powerful. Rafflesimon also has this really cool evolution cost where it's 3 on top of a level 5, or you can evolve it on top of a level 6 for 1. It's really good for like memory choking your opponent and be able to get multiple uses out. Moving on to our other green level 6s, we got 2 Nidhoggmon. Still an absolutely disgusting boss monster. Nidhoggmon can trigger the Rafflesimon, so if you do have the Rafflesimon up on the field and whenever you bring out the Nidhoggmon and use its effect, you can still use the effect of Rafflesimon to stun one of your opponent's Digimon, because this is not she does not have to do that. It's just whenever your turn, whenever green Digimon uses Digiburst effect. So rounding off our level 6s, I also play 2 copies of the Grand Kawagamon. Once again, this is another card that can proc the effect of the Rafflesimon right here. So that is going to wrap up our level 6 counts. There are some other level 6s that you could play with this deck, like the Hercules Kabuterimon. He does have a Digiburst effect, but he's also forced to evolve. And he's a lot, I don't want to say like slower in comparison, but Rafflesimon being able to like shut down your opponent's Digimon from attacking or blocking, you can really still games with this. Which this one, they got a blocker, you can tap it down and attack over it. So if you would like to try to incorporate the Hercules Kabuterimon, swap it out for like the Grand Kawagamons, you can definitely do that. But I definitely think Nidhoggmon and the Rafflesimon are must-haves within this deck. Our level 5s are going to be more or less standard. For our free, we have our 3 Blossoms and our 1 Argomon. Moving on, we do have 3 copies of the Lilamon. Once again, this is another Digimon that can trigger the Rafflesimon's effect. Because Lilamon has Digiburst 2, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It's like a mini version of the Hercules Kabuterimon right here. But in a level 5, it has the inheritable when attacking. If you have a green tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That inheritable doesn't really come up because we're usually going to be Digibursting with like the Grand Kawagamon, the Rafflesimon, and the Nidhoggmon. So most of our inheritables really aren't going to go off that much. And to wrap up, we do have our 2 Cherrymons. These are going to be our 2 to evolve level 5s. Ideally, I would like some more 2 to evolve level 5s in here, whether it be like Rapidmon, but like I said earlier, the inheritables don't really come up as much. So moving on to level 4s, this is going to be one of our newer cards we have within the format, which is going to make green even stronger, which is Weedmon right here. Weedmon says your turn when this card is trashed due to the effect of a Digiburst, you get +1 memory. So I do play 2 copies of the Vegemon and 2 copies of Roachmon. Wrapping it off, we got 3 copies of the Kabuterimon. Not really maxing out on the Kabuterimon because we also have the Cherrymons as our blockers. So that's going to wrap up our level 4 count. There are some other like level 4s you could play. Like you could max out on the Vegemon. I know a bunch of lists are doing that. And also like Togemon, I was testing it. Togemon's really good. It like helps dig for your like key pieces like your Rafflesimon. It can also add your Vaulter Arms to hand. So like Togemon's still a really good card, but I just wanted to max out on 1 to evolve level 4 greens, which Green conveniently has a bunch of them. So for level 3s, for rookies, I'm maxing out on the 2-drop vanilla. So I got 4 of the Goblimon and 4 of the Argomon. These other cards you could definitely like play more of if you want. So I got the 2 Terramon. Terramon is an excellent card. Says your opponent can't gain memory outside of Tamers. So right now, like Lilith Loop, that's a really popular deck within the current format. If you got Terramon on the field, I'm gonna shut that down. If you wanted to like play 3 of those, you could drop like one of the vanillas down. So I'm playing 2 copies of the Terramon, 2 copies of the Lalamon. Lalamon inheritable. If it's sent to the trash from a Digi perspective, it gets added to the hand. Really strong effect, but you really only need 1 of these. Because if you're Digibursting, you're going to be adding back to your hand, so that's not why we're not like maxing out of it. And we got 2 copies of Promo Palmon right here. It's not as needed as like last format, where you're going for the green OTK with the Grand Kawagamon. So Palmon is really good, but like I said, it's not needed because we do get like really big from the effect of like Rafflesimon, and our Egg Yokomon can get all our stuff additional 2 to 4K. Moving on to tamers and options. 2 of one of the best tamers in the game, Mimi. And for options, we do have 2 copies of Needle Spray and the 1 Hidden Potential Discovered. Everyone knows Hidden Potential Discovered, insane card. Needle Spray versus Flower Cannon. You know, it's a player's choice. It's just having the double uses out of the Needle Spray. Wherever they attack, you can tap something down, be able to add it back to the hand, play it again, and then like hog something. It's a really strong play. This is going to be our main deck lineup. So moving on, we do have Yokomon out of BT5. This card is really, really good. It says if it's trash to the effect of a Digiburst, one of your Digimon gets plus 2,000. And 1 copy of the Budmon. Budmon says your turn while this Digimon is Digiburst, it gains plus 1k. Just additional ways to boost things up. Once again, this is going to be our Rafflesimon control deck. A really strong deck. Like I said, it's probably going to be like the 2nd best deck this format behind the Lord Nightmon deck. I know it's been a while, guys. We've had a lot of live stuff going on. Kind of completely skipped over, you know, BT4 format, which does suck. There were a lot of really cool decks within that format, a bunch of like cool red stuff. You know, I'm a big fan of red, so it's been an honor to come back. You know, we're gonna be pushing out this content for you guys at least once a week. So if you would like to see more videos from us over here on the Digibros, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be prepared. We're, you know, trying to, with a recent announcement of the Digimon Regionals and then the National Championships and Worlds, you know your boys try and go to that. We look forward to seeing you guys at all the events in the future. Once again, I'm Noah with the Digibros. Catch you guys later.